On Namek, Goku has turned to a Super Saiyan while witnessing his best friend being killed by the Emperor Lord Frieza. If Goku had to turn Super Saiyan, everyone would have been killed right away. And surprisingly, I love this scene. Like, this is one of my favorite saga. But we're not going to talk about the Frieza saga. This is a birthday special what if from yours truly, me. Today's my birthday. And what special birthday present for myself is a what if video. But this what if video is going to be pretty much different, and probably none of you will expect this, although at least most of you who kind of watched my videos for a long time. So recently, like long ago, I usually watch a anime show. There's one of them suggests, which is called I can't really pronounce the name, so I'm just going to call it Magica, which I watched that anime show. I mean, it wasn't really that long, but I kind of liked it. And that's why I found this idea what if I'm going to do with it. So today's what if is going to be about what if Madoka Kaname was born in the Dragon Ball universe, but not just her, but her family also. I know it sounds sketch, but hear me out. You may ask myself, what's the point of adding these characters in the Dragon Ball universe? Like it's, oh, here are ground rules I'm going to add to this what if. And there's going to be like 30 rules. So I'll put them right down in the chat. For one, she will still have the same potential that kyubey say. That she will have potential, like a lot of power. She'll be really powerful if she become a magic girl. Well, this what if she will still have the same potential if she trains. I mean, that if she able to want to train anything. For two, only the kaname family, not like someone like Homer or Sayaka. They won't be there. Only Madoka and her family. That's it. And for number 3, kyubey and the witches won't exist. Yeah, there's no witches. The reason why there's no other witches because no other magic girls become witches, and there's no other magic girls because kyubey does not exist. And yeah, how I'm going to introduce Madoka Kaname is like she's going to be introduced as a 5-year-old. So we could make sure that like in the 7-year time skip, we could make her as a teenager, make sure we stay as that. That way we could keep things a little more realistic. But also one more thing to add, and that is spoilers. Recommend watching this before watching what if. I can't say Madoka Kaname's mom, so I'm going to call her Miss Kaname. Let's begin. A good place to start this what if ad is after the Saiyan saga, when the Sea Fighters or what's left with it go to Namek, and you all know how this plays out. But we're going to talk about Earth, like we're going to cover Earth right now. After Krillin, Gohan, and Bulma went to an off-space adventure trying to revive their friends, Dr. Breeze began to plan on hiring more workers. Since his daughter is going to off-space adventure, he don't know how long would he come back. He doesn't know when, he doesn't know how, or actually he does know how, but he's not sure if they were able to come back. To make this sure, he's going to hire workers, he's going to relax, he's going to hire assistants for now. So he decided to post an online internet interview saying that, oh, we need a worker for a capsule corp, and whoever helps him work, they could probably earn like $50 a day if they do a well job as assistants. Like after a few interviews, some of the other assistants that previously workers, like they're terrible. They always disobey him, mess around. They're kind of like children to him. He fired them until this one person actually able to get the job. Like after a few interviews and proving enough, someone able to get the job. With her name is, oh god, it's gonna be hard to pronounce it. Junko Kaname or Jinko, I can't say it. I'm just gonna call her Miss Kaname. Miss Kaname is able to do her job pretty well, and she's able to earn more money. But eventually, she does go to her job pretty much late because there's no one else to babysit her daughter, and since her husband, she has to do other jobs too far away, which Dr. Breeze said that that's no problem. He actually could find someone who could babysit her daughter, which she is grateful for her boss. Which Dr. Breeze said that he gave her the location. She's a little uneasy of why this is the location her daughter has to be at. But Dr. Breeze said not to worry. His good friends could take care of her, no problem. She finally agrees and taking her there. And you probably which place is it? Well, it's Kami's Lookout. No, Kami's house, my bad. After checking the place herself, she did meet an old man named Master Roshi. Sometimes there's even a floating cat named Poir, which she is very uneasy that there's actually a flying, talking, shape-shifting cat, and she kind of freaked out a little bit. But she keep her composure, talk to the old man, which is Master Roshi. Master Roshi, you know how he is. She gets disturbed, but Master gets serious and said, "Oh, I don't mind taking care of your daughter. I'll make sure I take good care of her, and I won't do anything weird. I promise." Yeah. Sorry for my Master Roshi laugh impression. She just said whatever and leaves. Now, after a few days, and then this is the time of the day that the Ginyu Force arrives for Namek, the speedboat came out of nowhere to Master Roshi's place. Miss Kaname drops off her daughter, telling her that she'll be back in 3 hours, and she just drove away, going to her work. Which this little girl, whose name is Madoka, Pure and Master Roshi will introduce herself to her. They will talk a little while, but after that, Madoka just look around the ocean, playing with the turtle, and gets bored and just color. And Master Roshi, he kind of like a child. She remind him of someone that he look over at. But later, Master Roshi will actually begin to sense a huge, powerful energy from her, which is a huge, massive potential, which Master Roshi eyes widen. He couldn't believe that someone has this much potential, and he just noticed it just now. But he didn't ask the child anything. He just wanted to think of himself what kind of potential that this child could do. After at least like 2 hours, Madoka went back home with her mother after a work day, which Master was still thinking about the child. He was thinking that whether he should trade her or not, because that type of potential and that hidden power, it could not go to waste, since it's a huge amount of energy coming from her. It's almost like godlike, or not in a weird way, like kind of like similar to Kami's, but not quite though. So many questions is floating around his head, thinking what to do. Now, after the day where Goku and Frieza begin the battle, Master Roshi suddenly sends Kami, which Kami contacts Roshi, and he said that he sends the child too from far away, and he tells him that Mr. Bubble is collecting the Dragon Balls right now. And Kami said that he knows what to do. He wants Roshi to train the child, like she could be the next future sea fighter if her mother's okay with that. Mr. Master Roshi understands, and he's gonna train the child regardless. So one day, when she fixes it again, Master Roshi asks her, "Have you ever heard about the Turtle School helmet?" Which Madoka said not really, but she heard rumors about it. She heard that her mom went to a tournament one day, and she saw like a spiky hair person and a green man fighting each other in a tournament. Master Roshi is getting deja vus now. Master Roshi laughs this off, saying that, well, he the one who trained that spiky hair person, and he said that spiky hair person name is Goku, and he the one who trained Goku to be strong. Madoka will be surprised by this and even excited. She's thinking to herself that, oh, okay, that means he must be the master. And Master said he is also the Turtle School helmet master, which he said he'd been willing to teach her a few things or so, which Madoka thinks about it, thinking that her mom won't like it, which Rosa said that they don't have to tell her mom, like they could keep it a secret, like secret training. She doesn't like keeping secrets from her parents, and she never lied to them, but she's going to at least ask her permission at least tomorrow. And if she say yes, then she'll be willing to. But for now, they go do a little bit of training, at least lightly training, like simple training, like push-ups, sit-ups, and then do a little practicing how to learn how to fight. And after that, at least 2 hours of training, they take a break. And after that, Madoka went back home. And of course, then one day later, Gohan and Krillin are back visiting Master Roshi. Master Roshi tells them about a new student that he has, which Gohan and Krillin are actually surprised, including Krillin, since Krillin is actually happy that Master Roshi is actually able to train another student. He asks him what the student is like, which Master Roshi will explain who is it. Now Krillin is even more surprised than ever. Krillin said that he mind that he help out Roshi, which Roshi said, sure, why not? And besides, Krillin might have better techniques than him right now, and the two could help each other out. So they're actually able to get to meet Madoka just now, since Miss Kemi already dropping her off already and just speed away with her speedboat that Dr. Breeze gave her. Like I said again, Roshi will introduce Madoka to Gohan and Krillin, which they will say hi. Roshi told Madoka that Gohan and Krillin will help her to gain better control of her powers and abilities. Besides, Gohan and Krillin could even teach her how to fly, which Madoka actually really excited. Like, she always wanted to learn how to fly, which they will all teach her how to do just that. She even learned how to sense ki, energy ki, which she does, which Roshi will teach her about evil ki and bad ki, and even good ki, which anyone who has any bad ki, they're considered bad people, but whoever has the good ki, that means they're good people. Which Madoka will understand this, where she sends Roshi, which Roshi is not too much pure-hearted, which she gets a little suspicious of that, but just brush it off, thinking it was probably nothing. With still, with all of that training, they able to sense Gohan and Krillin able to leave, since they had to use the Dragon Balls to wish back Tien and Yamcha, which Madoka asks what are Dragon Balls, which Roshi explains that there are 7 magic orbs you could use to make any wish you want, which Madoka actually interested in that, and she actually keeps that in mind, and because she thinking that to making a wish herself, but she doesn't have anything right now. If she does, she'll let them know. She just told to herself. So after that, Gohan and Krillin still make their wishes normal. Goku's refused to come back to Earth, saying that he wants to train Yamcha, but he heard that there's Master Roshi have a student that have really high potential, which he found interesting in that. But he's going to train in Yamcha for 1 year, and then he'll come back to meet this new student of Roshi has. So after that, everyone understands, and at least like 5 or 6 months, Madoka is able to gain even more stronger. She even somehow surpassed Tien, which Tien actually visits Roshi too, seeing that like everyone wanted to see Roshi's student, which they're all motivated to train more, since somehow Madoka have bigger potential that's even stronger than a regular human, which she can gain stronger faster. So everyone begin to train. Even Vegeta, of all people, is a little suspicious of her too. He never heard that a regular human could get this stronger in this quickly time. So after that, we will end this part. I didn't expect I would get this far. One of my longest first part what ifs. I could be wrong, could be more, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and the next saga will be Metra.